And you still suck at dating is because you're putting too much pressure on the outcome. Yo, what is up YouTube family? I already know it's your boy JC and we're back with another video. Today I got something a little special for y'all, and the title of this video is 5 reasons why y'all still suck at dating. Number 1, dates are not complicated. Alright, get this in your mind. A date is not complicated. A date is simply 2 people hanging out, trying to see if there's a vibe. That is all a date is. You understand? I feel like y'all be so fixated on the fact about a date because there's this narrative behind dating that's like 2 people making out, kissing, having sex, going to the extremes. No. A date is literally just 2 people hanging out, trying to see if there's a vibe. That's why y'all might suck at dating still, because y'all think that dating is meant to lead to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. No, a date is literally just a date. That's literally all a date is. You don't gotta do all that extra stuff about seeing if you're gonna get married and whatnot. No, just kill that idea. All right. Reason number 2 you still suck at dating is you're trying to say the right thing instead of just being present. Guys, I don't know how many times I stress this to my friends, to people who be coming to me for relationship advice. You're fixated on trying to say the right thing instead of just being present. Guys, think about the scenario, okay? Imagine 2 of us were on a date. I don't care if you're a male, I don't care if you're a female. Just imagine it's 2 of us on a date. If I was so fixated on trying to impress you, if I was so fixated on trying to say the right thing, the energy is gonna feel off because it feels performative, right? One thing I always tell people is it's better for it to be silent and you don't say anything than for it to be silent and then you say the wrong thing. Because if there's silence and you're comfortable with that silence, that person is gonna be comfortable with you. What do you think about relationships? Do you think relationships are always about 2 people having the most vibes in the whole world 24 hours? No. A relationship, there's usually a lot of silence. If you can't sit with a person and be quiet, it means that you're not comfortable with that person. So if you're always trying to find the right thing to say and not letting the moment breathe or letting space for silence just to sit in that silence, the date is not gonna feel comfortable, guys. Because it's like, imagine, as I was saying, imagine 2 of us on a date and I'm sitting there trying to impress you, thinking about things to say about everything. Like, you're gonna feel like, why am I trying to impress you? It's gonna make you feel like we're not compatible. As opposed to if I were more quiet, but then everything I said was more grounded and more intuitive and more responsive to our situation, you're gonna feel like, I actually quite enjoy talking to this person because this person is very present in the current moment and we're talking about things that actually matter, as opposed to me trying to say things to impress you in that moment. The 3rd reason you still suck at dating is because you're putting too much pressure on the outcome. Guys, even I have fallen victim to this one. So when I tell you this, I promise you, I'm not saying this to trying to point fingers or call you guys out. I'm literally telling you that this is something I've been through. You understand? If you're always putting too much pressure on the outcome of a date, let's just be real. Nobody likes pressure. Dates are meant to be fun. If I can't go out with you and just have fun, I'm not gonna want to spend time with you the next time. I'm not gonna want to see if there's even compatibility for us to have a second date or a 3rd or 4th, or let our relationship blossom. You understand? If there's too much pressure or expectation on a date, which is meant to be fun and light, it's gonna kill the moment. You understand? And that's what I mean when I say that you guys are putting too much pressure on the outcome. If you're trying to plan a date with a female, or if you're a female, you're trying to plan a date with a male, and you're putting too much expectation on that person, or putting too much expectation, you start thinking long term in terms of like, oh, maybe we get married, maybe we have kids, that maybe he has 2 houses in Dubai, maybe he's got a penthouse in New York. Don't get me wrong, like, you're allowed to have your expectations about everything. You're allowed to have your standards. That's something you guys must have. That is one thing you do not negotiate when it comes to dating. But the point I'm trying to say is, if you're having too much expectation on the outcome of a date, it's not going to be light and fun. as it should be, because dates are meant to be light and fun. And then the other person is going to feel that pressure, and what happens is that when people feel pressure, it makes them push away, and when somebody pushes away, it means another person has to chase, and that already creates a power imbalance. You understand? The fourth reason you suck at dating is that you don't have enough going on in your life for a date to be interesting. Guys, when I say that dating is meant to be light and fun, yes, dating is meant to be light and fun. But what makes it even more enjoyable is that the person that you're having this light and fun moment with is so full of depth that it makes you want to explore more. You understand? So imagine again, two of us were on a date. Me and you watching this video right now. Two of us were on a date. We're having the time of our lives, okay? And then you asked me a random question about, hey, I just saw this, this, whatever. Or maybe, you know, you saw a dog, and you were just wondering about, maybe it was a German Shepherd, right? And then you're just wondering about dogs. And then I told you something like, oh, I had a German Shepherd, you know, for 5 years. I know this about German Shepherds. You know, I love German Shepherds. You know, like I used to work a lot with German Shepherds, you know, and that makes me more interesting because I have a lot to contribute to that date. You understand? As opposed to like if I hadn't experienced life, or if I hadn't done enough, or if I don't have enough going in my life, I'm just a guy who lives on his couch and does nothing but eat Doritos all day. That date's gonna be boring. If you say something about dogs and I don't know shit about dogs, it's gonna make you feel like, I'm not really sure this person has a lot to them, you know, you understand? I'm not saying that you need to know everything about dogs, or you need to know every single thing about life. No, I'm just saying that be well-rounded enough to the point where when you go on a date, you can make it interesting for both you and the other person. You're able to contribute to that date, and in return, you're able to learn about that other person by asking relevant questions. And that's what makes a date more interesting. And the last and final reason why y'all still suck at dating is because y'all are still confusing effort with interest. Guys, this is one that people confuse a lot of the time. Because a person expresses interest in you does not mean they're willing to match it with effort. Dating is one of the first forms of interest. Dating is a way to express interest and a way to express, I would like to move this forward. The other person might be in a position where they can move it forward pretty fast. You understand? Maybe you guys can be in a relationship in 2 months. Or they might just be testing the waters with that date to see how much you like them, and then see how much you guys are able to fit into each other's lives. That's the thing. So you guys are confusing dating with effort and interest. No, it's different. A person might express interest in you. A person might also express interest in you, wanting to take you out. Or you might express interest in a person and wanting to take them out. That does not necessarily mean that you guys are now in a whole relationship. But a lot of y'all get carried away because dating, it's so easy to, you know, mess it up because y'all don't have a lot of experience with dating, and it's so easy to start thinking about, you know, this and that in like 2 years, or you guys in relationships and all that, and then you start misplacing the timing of what's meant to be happening in, you know, obviously getting to know each other. And that has been 5 reasons why y'all still suck at dating. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave this video a thumbs up, turn on your post notifications, hit that subscribe button. I ain't gonna leave you out there because you know dating in 2026 is messy, and I'm gonna be giving y'all the best tips to make sure that you land your dream woman, as well as you don't mess up any more talking, no more messing up talking stages in the big 2026. You heard me?